Hi, Mike back again. I'm still reading some terrible reviews from the Judas Syndrome, the post-apocalyptic adventure that I wrote, my first book. I wanted to read some really bad reviews and then offer a good review consecutively. So you have a good idea of what's going on if you wanted to read that book, and just to see how polarizing reviews can be for this book specifically. So we'll start with a 1 star, which is entitled Horrible Book by Philip Nevels. One of the worst pieces of fiction I ever read. Pretty much mindless words on paper. I'm not even interested in reading book 2. Okay, well that's self-evident, Phil. Rubbing in it a bit there at the end. But thanks for picking up the book and bothering to write a review. I do appreciate the effort, as always. Okay, let's cleanse our palates with another 5-star review. Entitled Intense by A. Lyle. I'm a big fan of dystopian novels recently, and picked this one up randomly after seeing it on Goodreads. I'm very, very glad I did. The book is raw and expertly catches the emotions of the characters accurately. I could literally feel their frustration as I was reading it, and I'm happy to say my Kindle made it through both this and the sequel Rebirth without losing any next page buttons. A bit technical there, but that's okay. The Judas Syndrome is one of those books that you'll either love or hate. So those who loved it actually knew there would be people out there that would hate it. I find that curious. The first book was easy to get into, yet I found myself thinking, wow, more drugs, well, okie dokie. But once you read the entire book, you realize how absolutely necessary all the mention of weed, acid, etc. are to the overall story arc. I read that the Judas Syndrome was meant to be only one book, not a trilogy, but that the author began writing in order to meet fan demand, which is very true. I'm very glad he did, because the end of the Judas Syndrome, while wonderful, wasn't enough of this world for me. If you like dystopian novels, this is a must-read. See, now I love it when complete strangers get me. Get the story. It's really assuring. It really is. And anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. That's a good, bad versus good review again. I think it's kind of funny in that people can be as polarized from 1 star to 5 star over one book. But I'll leave it at that again, and we'll come back with some more. So, thanks for listening. Happy reading.